Hello, I'm Randy Padfield, Editor-in-Chief of Aviation International News and Business Jet Traveler magazine. We're here in New York City, in the headquarters of Virgin USA, and just this morning, virgincharter.com at 6:30 went live with its new website. Shortly afterwards, Jeff Berger, the executive editor of Business Jet Traveler magazine, had the exclusive opportunity to interview Richard Branson, founder of Virgin, and Scott Duffy, the CEO and founder of Virgin Charter.
How did you get started in charter?
About 25 years ago, I was trying to get from Puerto Rico to the British Virgin Islands, and I was with 50 other passengers meant to be on an American Airlines plane. And as sometimes airlines do, they decided to cancel the flight, and they bumped us all. And we were all left stranded at the airport. So I suggested to all the passengers, like, hold on a minute, let me see what I can do. And I went out and tried to charter a plane for the 50 passengers. Found the plane, divided the other 49 passengers into the price of the plane, came back with a blackboard, Virgin Airways, $39, Puerto Rico to the Virgin Islands, and sold out the plane. So that was my first charter experience, and actually as a result of that, I started Virgin Atlantic and thought, let's start an airline that doesn't bump passengers and doesn't create absolute misery for passengers. So. And I didn't actually expect that 25 years later I'd be working here with Scott, actually running a charter company with 1,000 planes in America, and so it was exciting.
It's amazing the way things have come full circle.
Yeah, it's been good.
Yeah.
You've said you never get the accountants in before you start a business, and it's done on gut feeling. Can you describe to me that gut feeling that makes you decide to launch a brand?
Yes, I mean, let's take the example of going to the airline business originally. I had record companies all over the world. I traveled on other people's airlines. The experience was dire. I would be, a lump of chicken might be dumped in my lap. There was no entertainment system. The staff on the planes never smiled. And it was just a miserable experience. So my gut feeling was, if I could create the kind of airline that I'd like to fly on, other people would like to fly on it too. And so, rang up Boeing and said, do you have a second-hand 747 which I could take for a year? Let me see whether it works. And if I got the accountants in, they would have almost definitely told me all the reasons why it wasn't going to work. But my gut feeling was, if I could create the best airline flying in the world, that there would be a market for it, and that in the end, I'd be able to pay the bills. And so that's really been what, we've set up 300 companies. Almost all of them have been based on personal experience. I've been frustrated by the way it's been done by other people, and if I can do it better, hopefully the bills will be able to be paid.
You've got well over 300 now. Do you even know how many you've got?
I don't know exactly how many companies I've got, but.
How do you, when you've got so many companies that you don't even know how many you've got, how do you, I know you've got a very well-honed philosophy about how to manage people and run a company. How do you keep control of that and keep that philosophy going when you've got such a big empire?
Well, I mean, first of all, I've obviously got a fantastic team of people who oversee and run those companies, and we find fantastic people to actually run the individual companies. We give them a stake in the company, so they can run them as if they were their own companies, but they've got the advantage of the Virgin brand as the umbrella over it. And I'm the front person for Virgin, but behind me there are some brilliant people who make sure that the whole, that they know which the 300 companies are, and they make sure it all works. But I mean, the kinds of people that we employ to run those companies are people who are good with people. So what we're looking for is people who look for the best in people who are good motivators of people, and people who are good at praising people, and that's hopefully will ricochet down throughout the companies.
Air transportation's been a big theme throughout your whole career. Everything from hot air balloons to space travel to Virgin Atlantic and now Virgin Charter. Why have you been so attracted to that field?
I mean, for different reasons, in a sense, for different areas. I just, you know, I suppose my most common dream I have in life is flapping my hands and being able to fly, and a lot of us have that dream, and it's an incredible experience, something all of us would love to be able to do. Being able to go up in a balloon and try to fly around the world in a balloon, and watching, you know, the magnificent world that we live in from great heights. It has been breathtaking. I mean, flying over the Himalayas, you know, K2, Everest, the Atlas Mountains, and so on. Incredible to be able to experience, just being able to, you know, go with the wind. I watched the moon landing, you know, and I was lucky enough to see it, and thought, you know, one day I'll be able to go to the moon myself. But NASA didn't really have that plans for you and me. They had it planned just for their astronauts, and so it's great to be able to now be able soon to be able to offer people the trips to be able to go into space, and you know, and the beauty and the excitement that goes with that.
Now, how did you hear about Scott Duffy's startup originally?
I heard I heard about the idea, and I love the idea because you know, I have enormous frustration when I need a private plane, trying to book a private plane. You know, if I'm lucky, I'll find a broker. He might have 4 or 5 planes. I have no idea whether the price is a fair price. I don't know about the quality of the airline. You know, it was just very, very frustrating. And also, you know, I notice if I do rent a plane, the plane comes empty. You know, I then fly, the plane then goes back empty, and I fly. So all these empty legs just, you know, going through the sky. You know, I felt it made sense to fill those empty legs.
So you read about what he was doing, or
no? I think a friend of mine mentioned that he was looking for a partner, and you know, and obviously fortunately we had the financial resources, but more importantly we had a brand that had expertise in the airline business, and could be trusted.
Right. Now, I read that your company called him and said, "We want to give you much more money than you ever imagined you'd need." Can you tell me how much you put into Virgin Charter? And
well, I suspect our first call would have been, you know, to woo him and say we'll give him much more money than he needs, and from then on we would have been backtracking madly. But I mean, I think, you know, I don't know how much money we put in, but we put in enough to make sure that over the last 2 years, Scott and the team could create, you know, this fantastic company and a website that you know, that anyone that wants to rent a private plane will use and find it very easy to use.
Are you actively involved in the business, or are you mainly just lending it to funds and your name and the brand? I've
been extremely actively involved for the last 24 hours. You know, Virgin, you know, I'm there at the birth, and then generally speaking leave it up to Scott and other people similar to him to then run the company on a day-to-day basis. And anytime they want me to dive in for tea or whatever, I'll be very happy to dive in. And you know, at the moment this company is an American company, and we're already talking about, you know, taking it overseas and trying to make it a global company. And you know, and I'm sure this company can be the base of other companies as well. You know, the kinds of people that fly on private planes might want to go to the moon one day. Your plan was to have the top 500 charter operators signed up by last September. Did you achieve that?
Well, as of our launch today, we have over 1,000 aircraft that are in the system, and they range from turboprops to jumbo jets.
Right.
With regard to the number of operators, we have just over 100. That are actively participating in the marketplace. And what we've done is we've restricted the number of operators based on safety and quality.
So was that a change that you found it was harder to qualify operators than you thought it would be, or what?
Well, I think the real issue is we just want to make sure that our customers were assured not only of their safety, but also that all the operators in our marketplace reach the highest quality standards. And as a result, we felt comfortable with the number of operators that we had. Yeah.
What does the contract between you and the charter operators involve? What are your obligations to the charter companies and theirs to you?
Well, basically what Virgin Charter becomes is the world's best branded sales force for the charter operators. And we serve really as a marketing company that connects not only the buyers but also the sellers together. And at virgincharter.com, we make it easy to not only buy but also sell private air travel online.
Okay. I've heard repeatedly that people like to research charter online, but when it comes to actually making the purchase, they want to talk to a human being. But your press release today suggests that you think people will actually click and buy. What makes you think so?
Well, we've been in a private invitation-only beta period for the last 6 months. And so all the evidence that we've received from our customers is that the reason that they picked up the phone to call someone is there wasn't a reliable source online where they could not only do a search for a particular trip to find aircraft, but also go all the way through the process to purchasing private air travel and managing that trip over the internet. And again, people weren't comfortable putting their credit card down or making a transaction over the internet without a brand like Virgin being involved. We've had customers in our beta period running transactions online ranging from $5,000 to well over $100,000.
So you think it's the brand name that's the single biggest thing?
I think that's one important aspect. I think the other is we built a technology all-star team, and it includes people from companies like Google and Yahoo, NASA, JPL, Travelocity, and Expedia. And together we've built this product that, again, makes it really easy to buy and sell private air travel online.
Well, I guess that leads into my next question, which is that Virgin Charter talks about revolutionizing charter and touts what you call an entirely new way to book charter on the internet. But there are other outfits like taxijet.com that also don't own or operate aircraft and promise to match buyers to the lowest prices on safe carriers. And then there's some outfits like jets.com that even use an auction model. So my question is, what sets you apart from companies like that, other than the big name of Virgin?
Well, there's 3 reasons why we're going to be successful in this industry. The first is we know aviation. We're part of the most respected aviation brand in the world, and we've used our aviation expertise to really pick the cream of the crop, the best of the best operators in the business. And as a result, we have over 1,000 aircraft in our system today as we launch. The second reason is we know technology. As I mentioned before, we have got this technology all-star team. We've built this product that makes it easy to buy and sell private air travel online. And finally, we have taken care of the issues that are most important to any traveler, safety and quality. With regard to safety, we require that every one of our operators be audited on a regular basis by independent, internationally recognized third parties. And with regard to quality, we've partnered with J.D. Power and Associates to create the industry's first quality ratings program. So again, for the first time, customers can have a reasonable expectation of what they'll get before they actually purchase a trip.
When you say first quality rating system, I thought Argus and Wyvern were quality rating systems.
Safety.
They're safety.
They're safety.
But you're covering also the on-time performance and what other aspects are when you talk about quality?
It's a real problem in the industry, because today when most people book charter, they never really know what they're going to get in terms of aircraft quality until they get to the airport. And we call it the blind date, because sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. And what we're doing at virgincharter.com is making sure that all of our operators really meet the highest quality standards in the business. And that's a part of the J.D. Power program we put together.
Did you have statistics to indicate that this blind date often didn't work in the past, that there was a high percentage of dissatisfaction?
Well, I think that the best indicator was the response to our beta product. We literally had thousands of corporations and high-end leisure travelers contact us and ask to be a part of our program. And the reason was the dissatisfaction, one of the main reasons was the dissatisfaction with regard to safety and quality information that they receive from their current providers.
Richard Branson has said that if you're going to succeed, it has to be about more than making money. What else is Virgin Charter about?
Well, one of the things that really attracted us the most to Virgin is when we were initially out raising money and talking to venture capitalists, we had high ambitions. We care about things like the environment, and we wanted to do good. And what most venture capitalists will tell you is go make your own money, and once you've done that, then go do good with that money. And what Richard said is he said, come here and work with us at Virgin Charter, and we'll do great things beginning on day one together.
How did you meet him? He said that he heard about you from a friend, or
it was a mutual friend. And I think that one of the things that's interesting is Virgin had looked at getting into private aviation for quite some time. In fact, at one point they considered building their own branded fleet. But what people kept telling Richard was the biggest problem in private aviation is not that there's not enough aircraft. The biggest problem is it's too hard to buy and sell charter on the existing fleet. And we were being told the same thing and building a technology solution to solve this problem. And a mutual friend introduced us, and we really believed that by combining our technology expertise with Virgin's, the experience that they have in the aviation business, their expertise with regard to marketing and customer service, by combining those things, we could create a product that was unparalleled in private aviation, and that's what we've done.
You can read Jeff's interview with Richard and Scott in the April-May issue of Business Jet Traveler magazine. For AIN TV, I'm Randy Padfield.